Hello, 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 hello. It is Thursday. It is the last stream for this week. Well, that doesn't mean that it's going to be a bad stream. Of course, it's never going to be a bad stream. Today, we have 3 topics. 3, not 2, as per usual. We have 3. Yeah, we have three topics for today. The first one, of course, as always, we're going to do the good old quick sketch. For this one, we actually have an interesting, I guess you could say, like subject that we're going to sculpt. We're going to go into that in just a few minutes or a few seconds. We have afterwards the personal feedback session. We have 1 or 2 submissions for the personal feedback. Every time, in our Discord, you can. Everybody can submit their art pieces to the personal feedback channel, and then we're going to go over them like on stream, either if it's been at least a week or so, or if people have submitted enough, art works basically. And then the last thing, of course, which is also the topic for today, or the thumbnail and title, is we're going to continue to work on the armor of our character, our what is it called, the action figurine, the Final Fantasy XIV Reaper action figurine. What a name. So we're gonna continue working on that. We sort of we finished the pants yesterday, and then we went to the boots. We're gonna work on the boots, probably on the undergarment, and then on the gloves. That's gonna be the plan for today. Let's see how far we can go with all 3, or how far we can get with the last topic. I think that's going to be the longest. If you only want to see one of these 3 or 2, whatever, you can see timestamps in the description and in the timeline as well on YouTube as a VOD, of course. So if you're only interested in one of these topics, you should be able to skip to there. Yeah. So let's go to the first topic, which is of course the quick sketch. There you go. Look at him. And good old sphere. And you can also see what today's subject is. It might look weird. What are we going to sculpt? Maybe the tree hanging over the ledge. Maybe the rocks here on the river. Nope. Today I wanted to do something interesting, let's say. Today I wanted to try and sculpt a waterfall. Yeah, that's going to be the goal for today, trying I wanted to go for something natural again, so I decided to go for a waterfall. We'll see how it turns out. We can utilize the good old fill and scrape tools for this, actually, because we can shape the environment with that very easily. So I would say we can go right into it, and then we can immediately go to the next topic, which is of course the personal feedback. Welcome, Austin. Hope you enjoyed your Thursday and your week, of course. Hope you're excited for the weekend. Only 1 day left. Yeah, I saw this just as a sketch. I didn't do it myself, just like a sketch that I found on Pinterest. And yeah, I wanted to go into some like a little bit more natural sculpting, you could say, where usually what we've done is more like creatures or animals or characters. And now I wanted to go into something more, I guess, like maybe not abstract, but something different. So I decided to go into nature and try to sculpt different things. Like, I don't know, I thought about a bridge going over a river, or for example this waterfall. I think it can be pretty interesting to see how well we'll be able to sculpt, for example, the foam from the waterfall. We'll see how that turns out. So yeah, there's nothing really to say anymore. I think it is time for the quick sketch. Hold on, do we have everything that we need? I think we do. Perfect. Okay, sculpting is already ready. Perfect. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Quick sketch number 214 will begin in 3, 2, 1, go. There you go. Perfect. Okay. So let's begin with shaping the environment. We can actually make these 2 steps pretty simply out of the sphere. And for that, we need 2 tools. Well, maybe only just one. We'll see. We need the fill tool. Then we can use the settings here. And we can say, no, let's actually start with the scrape tool. Is that the one? No, smooth, scrape. There you go. For the scrape tool, we can say plane trim. No, plane offset. We can set that to 5. Wait, 2? Oh, that's okay. That's in. I want to set it to probably like 0.5. Maybe that's too much. We'll see. Oh, dynamic topology freaked out again. There you go. What we can do with this is basically, hold on, maybe. So there's something that I didn't really understand so far is you can set a certain amount, but it's basically what plane trim does, or plane offset. Oh, hold on. I think it's this one, isn't it? So that you don't go deeper. Okay. Okay. Maybe that's not it. Hold on. Welcome back, Zachary. Hope you enjoyed your Thursday. Hope you had a great day. What is that for? Hold on. What if we set this to 0? Oh, I think that's what it is, right? No, maybe we just have to put this to a way, way lower number. Like this. Okay, yeah, I think if we set this to 0.05, what does that look like? Do we stop at some point? It doesn't seem like it. So the video I looked at, basically what he did was he used the scrape brush to basically flatten out or create levels on a cube with the scrape brush by just reducing or basically putting the plane offset lower. But it seems like that doesn't really work for us here, which is kind of annoying. But we can still use the sphere. I guess we just use our normal tools then. What we can do though is we can go in here, down here, and we can use this tool, the line project. We can go into the side view, so we have a perfect horizontal view. I think it's in this direction. There you go. Now we have a perfectly flat surface. Now we can begin with the waterfall. I like this sort of bottom piece here, so I'm gonna keep it. So let's begin with the 2 levels. I guess we can actually, no, let's just use the clay strips. I think that's a good first choice. So I try to model, oh, we should probably, let's begin with symmetry, and then I think we have to be out of symmetry pretty early. I think that's okay for this sort of environment. We don't really need to put like super much like effort into the detail. I think it comes more, what's more important is sort of the general shape and trying to make it look like a waterfall rather than just some sort of weird rocks. We can use the scrape brush here though. Hold on, where's my scrape brush? There it is. Oh, we need to set it back. There you go. It's still going down. That's so weird. I wonder why. Well, let's just continue here. So first level, of course, we need to do one first, and then we can do the next one. This one can probably be like this high. I think that's okay. We're going to make it flat so we can flatten it out some more with the fill brush. Hopefully this time it works. It works perfectly. Oh yeah, now see how it works? It kind of creates these nice sharp edges. And then, see, there you go. We can nicely and very easily just sharpen these edges with the fill brush. What the fill brush basically does is it looks, when you use the brush, it basically takes that height as the base height, and then if there's any geometry that is below that height, it pulls it up. So that is very neat for stuff like these sharp edges. This way we can create one level and then we can create another one. Welcome, Emmerich. Hope you had a great Thursday. Hope you, maybe you learned something new. Maybe you were just enjoying a good old Thursday. There you go. We can also just use the inflate tool, I guess, if we wanted to, or we could just use the snake hook brush. One thing that is important, if you don't want to have this happen, where it kind of gets smoothest out and gets sharper in the middle, is you have to change the fall off for the snake hook brush to constant. And this way you can always keep this flat surface like this. You just pull everything up the same amount, and this way you can create this very, very nice flat top. Oh, hold on. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Smoothest or spheres are very... No, wait, is that... There you go. The smooth option, the smooth fall off for the... What is it called again? For the snake hook brush, it's very useful if you, for example, do stuff like horns, for example, or like, I don't know, tentacles, whatever you want to do. Then it's very useful to use the smooth option. So I kind of like this diorama sort of model, I guess, with this bottom here, kind of as if there's an environment being cut out of the world and just being put into this circle. I really wish I found your streams earlier. So many of these tips that would have saved me hours in my projects. Actually, because I've been doing these quick sketches now for quite a while, I actually learned some of these myself just recently. So it's, you know, we can learn together. So I think now we can actually get rid of symmetry. I think we have everything that we need. Now we can sort of build both sides individually. No environment is perfectly symmetrical, so it probably just makes sense. Let's begin by just building some protruding rocks here. I'm not trying to make it perfect. I'm just trying to make it look more like nature. So we can maybe kind of adapt what we have here with some more of a wall that is a little bit further forward on this side. Welcome back, Hustler. Hope you enjoyed your Thursday. Hopefully it wasn't as tiring today. Maybe the customers weren't as annoying. Didn't ask too many questions. Maybe you're somebody that likes to ask people when they come into the store if you can help them. Maybe you're not. I always prefer them not to ask me before I guess ask them, or I look like I'm lost, I guess, or you know, I require help. It just, I don't know, it's it always, you know, there are these people, I don't know, they're either super enthusiastic or they just want to like get you to buy something, or they like immediately when you get into the store they ask you, hey, can I help you? It's like I didn't even get the chance to look at your you know, what you have here. So like, nope, you can't help me yet. Usually it's like any like clothing store where you need a little bit at least to see what they have. It's always so weird. Had an old guy call our store 3 times because he wanted me to go at his house to set up a mobile phone. Oh no. Sounds pretty annoying. Did he go? There you go. Okay, I think the environment is shaping up. I don't know if we should include a tree, because a tree is quite, of course, because it's so small, it might be difficult to sculpt it in with the amount of resolution that we have, but we can try. So first we need to do this here. Maybe, oh yeah, let's put in this split in the middle. I kind of like that. So I'm gonna just shape this river into something wider, something more rough. There you go. Random. Not that direct. I just let the customers check out the items and sit nearby. So if they need me, yeah, exactly. Or then there are these the other type of I guess, what are they? I guess shop, not seller. They're like I guess let's say customer support. local customer support that just sees you and then just goes somewhere else so they don't have to deal with you. That's the other one. Let's actually, let's do something cool here. So let's first create some rocks here, and then what we can do is we can create a like a protruding rock in the middle so that it splits pretty high up, and then it kind of falls down in two pieces instead of hitting the rock at the bottom. I think that could be pretty cool. Oh. Have you tried sculpting water before? No. That's why we do it. That's why I wanted to do it today. Maybe at some point we'll do a that would be pretty cool. Like a stream where we just try to sculpt like a tidal wave where it's about to crash. I think that could look pretty cool. Just to kind of see how it is to sculpt water, or if it, what the difficulties are, what you have to look out for. That could be pretty interesting. Maybe. Maybe it could be boring, I don't know. Making a little cave here. Oh, hold on. We can actually make a little cave here that can go around into the back. There you go. Use the crease brush not only additively, but also negative or subtractively. So you can basically create some more depth. There you go. Yesterday, we actually learned a little bit more about creating folds for clothing. So we went into what type of folds, or what the flow of folds are in different areas of the body, for example, like the armpit, or we went through the knee and the crotch area, and we kind of just like looked at how the folds are being created, why they have a certain flow, and what that results in and what it looks like. And we finished basically the pants. We also went into the boots. I think we need some. I need some more references for the boots. They look kind of weird right now, probably just because they're too long. That would be my my guess. What we'll need to see. Make a little cave here. There you go. I feel like Bob Ross putting a cave right there. Perfect. Okay. Let's go to this side. Actually, I want to put in some smaller rocks here. Just some small bumps that imitate rocks. There you go. I actually found... So, yesterday we talked about me wanting to do more action figure stuff. So, stuff that we do right now for the Reaper character. And I actually found somebody that does exactly what I think I want to do with these. And I really like his hair, like how he creates hair. I found him on ArtStation, and he's basically a like somebody that creates these figurines that are 3D printed professionally. And of course, if you 3D print hair, it can't just be like these individual hair strands. It has to be it has to basically be stylized, but in a way where it still looks realistic and or comic-like realistic. I don't know how to explain it. I really like the style that he has. I looked at he actually made a tutorial 2 months ago how he creates his hair, which is really helpful. So I basically today built my sort of, I guess, stylized hair kit that I can now just pull into any project and just use. So next time we need one of these hair. We have a character with hair. Instead of sculpting it or using hair particles, we can just use that. It's actually pretty simple, and I'm excited to see how it looks. Yeah, we'll see. I can't remember the exact name. We're gonna look at it after the quick sketch, and then yeah, if you want to hold on, what was it? Let me just look it up real quick. Wanda Kurniawan. It's an interesting name. Okay, so let's finish let's finish this first. So the biggest problem will probably be with this resolution, at least, to sort of sell the idea or the difference between... Oh, we should probably save, yeah. Welcome back, whatever, I'm drunk. Hope you enjoyed your daily drink of water, of course. Hope you've been doing well. Yeah, we're gonna look at the my biggest current inspiration, I guess you could say, after the stream. Quick sketch day 214. Oh, nope. Okay. Yeah, the biggest problem will probably be to sort of sell the difference between like bushes or trees and rocks, just because we don't have color. But let's see what we can do here. Create an overhang here. That's going to make it more interesting. I'm not, you know, I'm shying away from the water still. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave that for the end. Maybe that's the problem, or maybe that's the mistake. We'll see. Okay. Yeah, I really like his work. He has some basically time lapses, but they're all from 6 years ago. So, and they're all more like fan arts, not really showing his process now. I can imagine how it developed over the 6 years. You know, he's been doing these figurines or figures. So I would love to see how he does it now. But the hair, he made a tutorial about the hair, and I think the hairstyle, or the hair sort of the style for the hair that he has, is probably the best stylized hair that fits to what I want to do, I guess you could say. There are no mistakes, just happy little misclicks. True. Okay, I think, hold on, should we go? We have 13 minutes left. We could go a little bit more into detail and then go, yeah, I think we actually need some more detail for at least the water. So let's go to 50. We could say, well, there's already water there, but we at least don't have any clouds down there. Let's actually just detail flood fill this, so we have everything already filled with enough resolution. Let's smooth this just to make it look like water more. There you go. Yeah, I mean, the difference between his stylized hair and, for example, Jan's stylized hair is only really that he well, he first of all just uses a noise texture to give the individual hair strands basically more like a bump texture, and then he includes multiple strands into one curve to make basically just like more at the same time, which I really like. I mean, you can see how it looks, and I think that's at least so far the best style that I've seen for hair that is close to like hair particles. Okay, yeah, see how we can, with 50, how we can go in here and just kind of create some nice rocks here. If you want to make rocks, one thing you can really easily do is just create these creases, positive creases, and then just smooth the outside or next to these sort of edges that you can create with the crease brush to create these rocks hanging out of the wall. If you want to sharpen an edge, you can either use the fill brush or you can just smooth next to the edge so that you can make it sharper, basically. Smoothing is basically like flattening a surface, and, you know, some round edges, you know, most edges are quite round, and if you want to fix that, you just, you know, smooth around the edge to make everything else flat. And thus the edge looks sharper. Like this. Let's see if we can create a, first of all, no, actually, let's create the water first. My daily sculpts are all 30 minutes, except for the ones on the weekend. If I do them on the weekend, then I give myself... I don't really have a timer for the weekend sculpts, just because I don't want to... Well, sometimes I want to, you know, stick to, I guess, the time, just to save some time, because usually if I don't set myself a timer, it's it'll either take, yeah, it usually takes more than 30 minutes, just because I, you know, can work on some more elaborate, I guess, ideas then, which is fun. But, you know, if you want to work on something that day and you don't really want to spend, I don't know, an hour or hour and a half just on a quick sketch, if you can also do it in 30 minutes. I said we're going to focus on the water, and what are we doing? We're not focusing on the water. Perfect. Okay, let's focus on the water. So this one, first of all, needs to be a little bit sharper or defined. There you go. Perfect. Okay, so if we think about the water, of course, up here, it would probably, first of all, flow in this direction. Down here it looks pretty calm, but of course, if there's water always splashing into the water down here, it would most likely have waves all the time. If we think about the water up here, it would probably be pretty quick, because it kind of, you know, races towards the edge to then run down. So maybe if we create some flow lines here, very simply, I don't know if that's actually going to look good, but we'll see. Like this, so that we can, you know, develop a certain flow here, like this. And then we can use the crease brush to kind of sharpen the edges, give it some more depth. Wanda uses ZBrush. In ZBrush you have a basically a way to, or you have a certain brush that lets you basically brush curves with a brush. So similar to how you can do it with hair particles, you can do it with a brush and sculpt. Like, you can draw lines with a brush and then you can pull them as if they would be a hair particle, which is really cool. And I don't think that exists in Blender, unfortunately. That would be really cool. If you could like sculpt or groom, I guess, curves, that would be really cool. There you go. And then we need to create falling water. I guess the easiest way to do would just be to create these lines down, these motion lines, and then it hits the rock like this, straight down. Then we need to split it here like this. Maybe we can even create a deeper part in here like this. Not too deep though. And then down here, of course, it's going to splash up and fly in all directions. The one he shows in the hair tutorial doesn't look familiar. Do you mean... Oh, you mean... Wait, the program? It's just ZBrush. There you go. And then we create the splashing water. So what I'm thinking is just doing this, I guess. Let's see what it looks like. Just gonna creating a cloud up here. There you go. Maybe even use the crease brush to create some sharper or some more structure here. Give it some more depth, as I said before. There you go. It looks kind of weird. Actually, it looks pretty okay for a mini environment, let's say. And then it kind of tapers off into the rest of the river. Let's see if we can create some more here. Some more turbulence. Not even just adding, but also removing. There you go. Okay. I mean, better than before, where we had nothing. There you go. If you want to follow these quick sketches, we do these, of course, every stream in the beginning. Probably the first hour is always the quick sketch. Then afterwards we go into the topic. If you want to follow these, I guess the best way to do that would be to join the Discord, where I always post what we basically sculpt that day in the inspiration channel. So if you're looking for inspiration, or you're just trying to, you know, sculpt with me in these 30 minutes, then best way to do that would be to join the Discord. I actually fixed the link, the Nightbot link now. It had a link that wasn't working anymore, but now it should be fixed. There you go. And then, yeah, one thing that we can do here is, of course, create these kind of, I guess, like low spots around the rocks to define them. Just because water wouldn't just like go down underneath the rock, it would actually just stay on the same level, like this. We actually maybe even need to go higher because it kind of splashes against it. We have 5 minutes left, perfect. Like this. Let's see what that looks like, and then create sort of a flow line here as it goes back into its original flow. There you go. We can make this water down here maybe a little bit calmer. There you go. We do the same here. Not that crazy though. There you go. Make a better border here. There you go. Nice little rock right here. Look at it. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, this is quite deep here. Let's pull it up. Smooth everything up so it looks more as if it's on the same level. There you go. Let's go to the other side, kind of refine this. We can maybe even refine a few of these rocks. Just doing the same that we've done before, creating a few edges here, like this, and then smooth them. There you go. Do the same here. Happy little rocks. There you go. Okay, we have 3 minutes left. So how about we add a tree? I think that could be pretty cool. Let's see if we can do that. Let me just quickly refine this cave some more. There you go. Should we make this smoother? I don't think so. I think then it's just going to be... Actually, I like this when it's a little bit smoother than what it is without a little bit of smoothing. We can also add a little bit of a cloud up here. I think that would make sense right there. We could maybe even put a rock into the water. Like right in the middle. There you go. Look at it. Okay. Let's put a rock maybe right in here. Oh, we need one more cloud here, actually. This one's still missing. Taper it off here to the rest of the water, like this. Then we're going to use the crease brush to make it sharper and give it more depth. Just kind of swirling in here. No control, just do whatever. There you go. Making sure that the beginning here is still higher than the rest. Perfect. Oh. Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's try and add a small tree. Let's see how that turns out. Just right here. Invert, grab a good old snakehook brush, and then pull out the trunk. Oh, this is quite big. There you go, that's better. Nice little edge there. There you go. Okay. Now we need a crown or a tree top. So we just grab this and pull it out in multiple directions. Fill the bottom. So we can then add more geometry using the inflate brush. The classic branch that comes out of a cliff, true. I don't think we have enough time for that though. There you go. We barely have enough time for this one. There you go. Advanced front faces only. Oh. Da. There you go. Invert. And then we do this. Oh, zip. Okay, well, that's interesting, but fixable. There you go. Maybe it actually adds some structure to the tree. Sometimes problems can become blessings, I guess you could say. There you go. Oh. There you go. We have 0 seconds and 0 minutes left. There you go. Look at it. Perfect tree with a huge trunk. Doesn't matter. We got a tree in here. Okay. It's time to save. The classic brand to come. Yeah. That the main character can grab. You could select front faces from the menu in the upper menu. Hold on, where? Up here? Oh, no. What is auto masking? Oh, you mean here? I think that isn't that also only defined for the brush then? No, well, I mean, you could either just, you know, click here and then press this, or you can just scroll down and select it here. I don't know if there's a big difference between the two, but we're done. Look at this. I think it's, you can see it. Might not be perfect, but at least, you know, you can see it. If we smooth it, it's probably, yeah, I don't know. I think I like it more when it's flat. There you go. So let's render it real quick. And then we can go into the first topic for today, the feedback. I need my file from a few days ago so I can grab the lighting. There you go. This one. Perfect. Okay. First of all, place the camera. Zip. Somewhere over here. No, let's actually put it on this side so we can see the silhouette of the tree right there. Perfect. Look at it. It's way too far away. Or it's too small. No, I think the camera's too far away. Maybe both. How about we make it bigger? There you go. Beautiful. We don't need you anymore, Mr. Light. That looks pretty cool. We can see the structure pretty well from the rocks and all that stuff. The only thing that we can't really see is the water, but maybe we can fix it by using the good old sketch material. Nope, that's not the one. This one. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I think I say that every time I apply the shader. Okay. Let's place this light a little bit differently. I think it doesn't really look that good on this side. Maybe we don't even need it. Although, I think we can keep it, but not that far to the left. Maybe somewhere over here to just highlight the silhouette a little bit better on this side. And then, what is this for? Oh, for eye reflections. I think that's pretty cool. Maybe we can place the camera a little bit higher. Like this. Yeah, I mean, it would probably look way better with some colors, but I thought about creating a few gradients that I can then use to color an image like this in Photoshop. Maybe I'll look into that at some point. Because, you know, shading something that is black and white is quite simple using Photoshop. I just need the gradients for it, or the colors set up. Otherwise, we just always have to figure out what colors we want to use, and that's kind of annoying. Oh, hold on. There you go. First render. Not the beauty render, but the work in progress render. There you go. I think you can kind of see that it's a waterfall. I think it just needs a little bit more definition, and probably colors would help the most. For example, you could make the water very glossy. It helps probably that it's a little bit smoother than the rest, but I think it would make a huge difference if we use colors, or at least different like reflections. Times 8, there you go. And then all we need is a good old glare node. There you go. Oh, set it to 2. Do we need high even? Yeah, let's set it to high. Perfect. Okay. It is time to render, and now it is time to drink. Once a stream reminder that you should always drink something. So while this is rendering, let's drink something. Wait. So I'm making a video for next week, probably 2. Well, one of them will be about retopology, why it's important, and basically retopology 101 explained in 5 minutes. I've already sort of like written the script, let's say, or the text for it. I guess content. But if there are any special, maybe I missed something, maybe there's something that is still, or that I just didn't think about. If there are any questions about retopology, or I don't know, topology in general, that that you maybe want to know more about, or you want to have answered, you can post them now, or later in the YouTube comments, so that I can consider that for the video for next week. How long do we have? 37 seconds. Unbelievable. Way too long. I can't wait for Cycles X to sit here for 30 seconds, and overall I don't even have enough time to drink. I won't even have enough time to drink. Night terrors about retopology. Yeah, I'm dreading. Well, to be honest, I think at this point I'm quite comfortable with retopology, as long as it's not like a character that has to deform in very specific ways. But even then, I think I kind of know now how to set it up when it comes to what the geometry has to look like. The only thing that I'm struggling with is hand geometry. You can see that in the character that we're working on right now. The hand has weird retopology with some weird, I guess, edge redirections, let's say. Edge loop reductions, let's say. I think the problem there was just that I basically set a certain face limit for the hand, or for the wrist, which meant that the faces that came from the fingers needed to go somewhere, and it also all just ended here in the middle somewhere, and I had to move them somewhere to fill the space up. And I didn't want to use triangles, so I just tried to, place them in there somewhere. I think what would be better would be to, the next time when I create a retopology of a character, I'll probably even retopologize the hands first, because then I know how many edge loops I need, or how many edge rings I need for the hand to have sufficient amount, of geometry to connect to, and then I can just pull it up the arm and then you know, bring the kind of distribute the geometry there somewhere on the body. I think that is way easier than going from the body to the hand, because then you're kind of tied, or you're kind of tied down to how much geometry you have, and you can't really change it anymore. So you just, at the end, maybe you're missing one, maybe you're even missing more than just one edge loop that you could use to place your geometry that you have in your hand, and then it just kind of looks ugly. Good thing that this character doesn't move that much, so, you know, it's not that important. Quick sketch day 240. Oh. Perfect. Oh, I can't write today. There you go. It is, oh, hold on. There you go. It is time for post-production. There it is. Could definitely use some practice. Looking forward to that video. Yeah, so what I aim to cover in that video is, first of all, to answer the question, why? Then also I give a use case, or, you know, basically answer the question why with an example. Then the general principle, then how to do it in Blender. There was something more, but I can't remember. Basically going not only through the process of how to do it, but also why, and why it's so important. Well, that's the same question, but there was one more, but I can't remember. Okay. Okay. First of all, we need some more contrast. So how about we put that in here? There you go. Then we need selective color correction to bring down the gray tones a little bit, so that it just looks a little bit, you can see the structure of the environment a little bit better, at least in my opinion. See the difference? Just, it looks quite flat right there, and if we bring in especially both, you can see how it changes the environment. And then, wait, let me actually try something. Just kind of as a experiment. I don't know if I actually have a good gradient for it, but I'm just interested to what it looks like. We did it before, but I already forgot what it looked like. Maybe we have a better green gradient. We'll see. So the way you can basically color images, black and white images in Photoshop, is you just use this thing here. I don't know what it's called in English. It's not just like a one-to-one translation, so I can't tell you what it's called. And then you can select different gradients. So you can, for example, go to purple, and you can select this, and now it looks purple. You can also invert this so it looks more realistic, like this. Or you can use something more natural, like green. But I don't think there are any really good green. Look at that. That's beautiful. Yeah, it looks like they aren't really that useful. The standard gradients. They don't have the amount of depth that you really need to show. Yeah, to color this, for example. But that's how you can basically use it. Or that it's basically what is it called? Color ramp in Blender. Dropped a sculpt I did 2 weeks ago for feedback. I really like your matcap, helps with seeing the shapes a lot more. Yeah. So far I haven't really had any complaints, like not from other people, but from myself, about the matcap. I think it looks very well. There are small instances where it's hard to see whether it's a bump or a like hole, I guess you could say. But most of the time I think it works very well. There you go. Resources, what do we need? Oh, of course, texture. There you go. Wait, yeah, perfect. Nope, not there. We go in here. There it is. Nope, not there, right there. Now let's save it as a Photoshop document just so we can use it if we ever need it, which we will probably never. Actually, what we could do to make this process a little bit easier, because we basically do it every time, is we could create an action. An action is basically like a macro in Photoshop, but I don't know if actions can pull images from somewhere. I don't think so, but maybe, I don't know. Let me show you, first of all, the hair kit that I created, and then we can look at the artist where I got the information, like the inspiration from, the artist that inspires me the most right now. Okay, let's open the stylized hair kit. There you go. You can already see it. So let's go over how it works. It is stylized hair. You can see it right here. You just use curves. Look at this. Woo, curves. Without any handles, because handles are annoying. We don't need handles. Handles are just there to slow your process down. So we use these, you know, I guess lines or whatever they're called. What are they called again? They're called paths. We use paths instead of Bezier curves. You can see the difference here if I add a Bezier curve. There he goes. I think I've never heard that song before. Where's that from? Okay, never heard that before. Interesting. There you go. The difference between the two is for this one you only have points that you can move, and then it kind of interpolates it by itself. For this one, you have these handles that you can rotate. And rotating these handles can be very annoying because they not only change the way this curve works, or the way like this curve sort of flows. It also changes how the flow sort of, how strong the flow is from every handle, I guess you could say. You can see with scaling it up or down, you can change the curve radius, and doing all that, it's just so annoying. So I prefer at least to do it with a with just this point path, because then you can just pull it out and then it does everything by itself. And yeah, that's the hair kit. You can see if we have the profile up here, and then we have the I guess the curve that we can then basically just use. I've set it up in a way, you can see one right here. So if you basically now fill this up with a profile like this, that's the finished hair. It's not like it was just a small try, you know. I would probably work on this some more to make it more detailed, but that's basically how it works. You get these you have first of all fill curves, these first two, basically just to fill the volume of the hair. Then we have the medium hair that just kind of breaks up the basic fill hair, give it a little bit of a different structure, kind of break up the flow. And then at the end we have some detail hair. This one is quite thick. It would probably be way smaller if this would be detail hair. You can see it in here, for example. We have first of all the fill hair at the bottom there, and then we cover it with some medium hair like this, for example. And then we add smaller hairs like this. They could probably even be smaller or thinner, to just add single strands. Those are the profiles. And then if you want to append this, or if you want to use this hair kit, you can just go ahead and append it, grab it from this file, and then I have it in this stylized. Wait, can you see that? No, hold on. Oh, there you go. I have it in this stylized hair kit collection. We have the fill collection with only this curve, basically a collection for every curve, so that when we append it, we can basically grab the stylized hair kit collection, and then everything is only in this collection. So what you can do then is you can go in this list, which then will of course be in your new scene with the character. You can just grab it. You can, for example, enable snapping, and then you can just press Ctrl D, Shift D to duplicate it, and then you can place your hair card and then work with it. And because we place it in different collections, we immediately sorted them by type of hair strand. So then now we can see, well, we have this sort of like the fill hair is done. How about we hide the fill hair? Well, I just need to go into my collection and press Shift and click the eye button, or the vision button, I hide it. And then all the objects that are in the fill collection are hidden. This way it's just easier or more organized. So, you know, you don't have to do it every time when you import this hair kit. Okay. Wait. Oh, yeah. There I am. Okay. Yep, that's what I created today. I'm gonna try it probably at some point for the next character. Before we go into the upload of the quick sketch, let's quickly go to the artist that I mean. That inspires me right now. He's called Wanda Kurniawan, I guess. I probably wrong pronunciation, but we'll go with that. There you go. Yeah, he basically creates these figurines or dioramas. My favorite one is either this one, because it's so crazy high detail and so dynamic with 3 characters and then the monster in the middle, and these lightning effects, and overall just the amount of detail and all that stuff, and like how dynamic it is. And yeah, you can see the in-game the model right here with all its in all its glory. You can see the hair, and here you can, for example, see the hair. He uses these hair cards that he then in the end merges into one so that it can be 3D printed. This is probably not the best example for the hair. Let's go to another one that has some more hair, or something more like normal hair. I think this one is pretty good. This one, of course, it's a realistic character, or it's a real character. Maybe this one is even better because this, I guess, he tried to, or he captured the likeness of, what's she called again? The actress for Wonder Woman. And he tried to, you know, it's a realistic character, so he tried to make her look realistic in terms of, you know, proportions and the look in her face, the face overall. The dragon or whatever that's called looks really realistic. And then, of course, to make it not look weird, he has a style for the hair that is stylized so that it can be 3D printed, but it is in a way stylized that it still looks like realistic hair. You can see they are very, I guess, they're very there isn't like super much, like a lot of detail in the hair strands themselves, but because of these smaller because of the structure in every strand, you can at least make it look like it is made out of multiple different hair strands. And this way you can still create a hairstyle that looks like real hair, at least less like stylized hair, by using stylized, basically curve hair. You can see it right here. I think there's another one being shown from the back. This one, you can see it right here. Yeah, I think this is my favorite style when it comes to stylized hair that I want to emulate. And the way he does it is by using 3 or 4 different hair strands, basically similar to the ones that I set up. He showed it in this video, and here's the model where he uses it on. He uses it probably on all of his models, but this one's the one that he showed it off with. Oh no. Come on, there it is. Like this. And then with the way he renders it, it actually looks pretty much like hair. Look at this. Or yeah, I mean, it depends on, of course. Maybe not perfectly like hair, but it has it looks like hair in my opinion. So that's yeah, that's my favorite type of stylist hair that I want to emulate. Oh, and also to get the amount of detail that he has for his hair strands in Blender as well, all we basically use is a noise texture, and then we create this nice structure here to make it look like the big hair strands are made out of smaller hair strands, basically. The way we do it is basically just by using a noise texture that is being with a mapping node set to UV, because the curve UV is basically just following the flow of the curve. And then we just stretch it out on one axis so that the noise texture is basically stretched all the way from the beginning of the curve to the end. So we have these lines, and this way we create this this hair structure. If you want to have bigger hair strands, we don't even need this necessarily. It doesn't really do much. Well, does it? Yeah, it probably looks even better without. So yeah, you can, for example, change the scale to make the hair strands a little bit thicker, like this. There you go. Now we have thicker hair strands, or you can make it thinner, depending on what you need. I think the thinner you make it, the more it looks like stylized hair, just because it gets so small that you can't really see the small details anymore. This is what it looks like without the bump map, and then this is what it looks like with the bump map. Hold on, there you go, like this. And then of course, if we add the different layers, we can create pretty good hair like this. I think I've used like, I don't even know, like 1 fill hair, and then I think 2 to 3 medium hair strands, and then a few smaller ones to create this real quick. Of course, if you want to make a character, you would probably spend some more time on it, but I think you can create some pretty cool hair with it. Okay, more at some point. Let's open what we... No, actually, no. Well, no, we're gonna... Actually, no, let's open the figurine. So yesterday we finished the pants and also worked a little bit on the boots. The boots need some more work. The pants are done. You can see we have we've added some folds here. We added these seam lines here. They're not like super high resolution, but I think they're okay. We added some more folds here. Probably not perfect, but they're okay. Now we're working on the boots. The boots need some more work. They look kind of weird. I need to figure out why. They still look too big. I don't know if that is because of the feet themselves, or because of I don't know, because of how they currently are shaped. We'll see. But we're not going to go into that in the beginning. First, we're going to look at the new submissions in the Discord. Before we do that, though, I'm going to upload the quick sketch real quick. It's going to take 3 minutes, and while I upload the quick sketch, you're going to see a good old compilation. There you go. Oh, by the way, another perk of being in the Discord is that I can share my blend files. So if anybody's interested in this sort of stylized hairstyle, I can upload or share a download link to that blend file in the Discord as well, which I'll probably do. You know, the more people use it, the more people can, you know, improve it, I guess. It's probably not perfect just yet, so it's always good to have more people using it and testing it. Wait, what am I doing? Hold on, let's go back to Blender. There you go. Oh. There it is. Copy. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to upload the image. I'm going to see you in 3 minutes, and then we will go to the newest quick sketches. I can't really tell how long it's going to take. We'll probably work a little bit longer today. Like, I don't know, half an hour more or so, maybe a little bit less. Yeah, actually half an hour sounds pretty good. Just to kind of have some more time for the figurine. And then, yeah. First, of course, we will look at the new submissions. So I'm going to see you in 3 minutes. Hope you enjoyed the compilation. You can do whatever, of course. You can leave if you want. You can get a drink. You can drink some water. Very important. I'm going to see you in 3 minutes. Yeah. Enjoy. You're already back? Oh no. Okay, there you go. Perfect. So, let's see. I need to actually download the images real quick, and then we can begin with the feedback. Welcome, Marslem. Hope you had a great Thursday. Hope you enjoyed your Thursday. Maybe it's already late. Maybe your day has just begun. You know, in America it's still early in the morning in some areas. There you go. Okay, so what do we have here? We have first of all, we have Zara with a few images. We're gonna talk probably more about anatomy for this one. More than, I guess, hairstyles, for example. I think that is, you know, a good topic to cover, especially because the last one he explained that he wanted to create a 20-year-old body. And then we have one more from Hustler. So I'm just going to download all the images that I think can be useful here. This one. Yeah, if you... Oh, okay. Of course. I need to open the original before I can download it, of course. Yeah, so... Just to, I guess, cover one quick thing. It's not really that I've seen it with these images. It's just something that I just thought about recently, or today actually. UK. Okay, well, so you're actually an hour before me. No, after me. So you have 1 hour. I'm 1 hour in the future. Good time for my stream. Yeah. So if you create renders, maybe for example to show off your character for, I don't know, when you want to, I don't know, apply for something, for example. I'm not an expert when it comes to what recruiters look for when you apply, but in my opinion, the best way to show off your character, if you only have 3 shots that you can do, well, if you only have 2 shots that you can do, that you can basically show off, like that you can post to show off your character. In my opinion, those 2 are front view and side view, profile view. Just because in the front view, basically to gauge a character, the easiest way to do that for like a person is through the silhouette. Silhouettes are very easy to analyze, to see, just because with a silhouette you have a clear contrast between the character and the background. Usually, of course, if you put a very busy background behind the character, that could be different. But usually, if you want to show off your character, you would either, for example, use a just a color as a background, or you would use an HDRI that isn't super either blurry or super like crowded. It's pretty simple most of the time, and most HDRIs are pretty simple anyway. And then you either, if you have only 2, you use front view and side view, because for the side view you can very clearly see the structure of the nose, you can see the structure of the lips, you can see the proportions of, like, for example, how far forward is the chin, how far back, the eye placement from the side, you can see the eyebrow, the forehead, all the structure that you can basically see on this axis. And for the front view, what you can see is not only the side view, basically the axis like this, but you can also see the other side of the structure of the nose, for example, for the eyes, the lips, and all that stuff. You can, for example, from the side view, you can see how wide the lips are. You can see how wide the nose is. You can see how wide the eyes are placed. So if you only have 2 renders that you can post or that you can show off, my suggestion, or at least my favorites, are front view and profile view. If you have 3, then it would be a 3/4 view. 3/4 view is basically the gap that is missing between front view and side view or profile view, and it kind of covers the structure that you can't really see from either side, not from the profile view or from the front view. It shows you the structure of the cheekbone, it shows you the structure of the sort of under the cheekbone. You can see the nose from a different angle, the eyes, and all that stuff. So yeah, if you ever, you know, only have 3 renders you can post, then these would be my favorites. You know, nothing really like from below or from up top. They don't really show you that much. They could show you maybe the nose width or the nose shape, but you can't really see the lips, for example. You can't really see the eyes. From behind, well, why would you post the character from behind? You know, you can't really see anything then. So yeah, basically front, side, 3/4. Okay. I mean, the back could be interesting when you, for example, look for ears. Yeah, but otherwise, you know, it's not really that that important. Okay, we have a few more images here to download, and then we are ready. Perfect. So hopefully, depending on how far we get with the character today, I'll try to retopologize it over the weekend so that we can then next week go into posing the character and working on the second level of the clothing. I think I want to do the glaive as the last part. What I want to do though is I want to create a like a block out of the glaive so we can pose the character with the weapon in hand. And then there's actually a second character that we need to add, which is this sort of wraith ghost character that is following the Reaper, his partner, I guess. We need to add that as well. There you go. Okay. Okay. We have the number 2, which is Hustler. There you go. Okay. Perfect. Okay, let's begin. Let's actually open a new blend file. I think we don't need... We can see the partner right here. Look at him. Look at his beautiful face. Okay. Let's open a new file. Append. Nope, we don't need to append. Let's make a new file. There you go. Clean slate. Okay. So, let's begin with Zaro. We will probably do the same that we started doing in the last 2, I think, streams, which is we're going to cover what you can change or what kind of, you know, yeah, basically what you can change. And then we will go into Photoshop and do it in one of the views, either front view, side view, or 3/4 view, just to kind of, you know, show the before and after, before the changes and after the changes. And, you know, you can kind of see whether you like the first one more, the corrected, or not corrected, but the suggested changes version. Okay. Let's begin with Zaro. He submitted his character that I think he worked with for quite a while now. He created some clothing for the character. He, you know, some different outfits. He also added some different hairstyles. He created the character. He also created a body for the character. So this is the front view of his character. There you go. And then we also have the body. We're going to go to the body a little bit later. Let's go to the character first. Let's quickly enable good old drawing annotations. There you go. Okay. So let's begin with that. So first of all, I like the facial structure. I think you, compared to the previous sculpts that you submitted, I definitely see some improvements in the face. You definitely nailed the planes of the face some more. We also have the side view here. Let's go over some things you can change here. Overall, one thing, of course, so when I try to like talk about changes, it usually comes down to the average. So what would the average character or person look like? You could have a character that has ears that are twice the size of normal ears, like normal ears, average ears. We're looking at averages, you know. So, you know, you could always say, well, there's a person that has, I don't know, like ears that are twice the size. But of course, if we do these, if we have these changes here, we're always going to look at the average. Okay, so first of all, I like the structure of the face. There's one thing that is interesting, or that I think you can adjust, which is, could be, let's say, which could be actually the case for a character or for a person. But in general, if we look at lips, for example, the upper lip is actually quite sharp, but the lower lip is actually not that sharp. So usually what I do if I create lips is I like to draw them out very sharply, as you've done here. But then afterwards what I do is I very lightly try to sort of go over the edge to just smooth it out a little bit. The lips are still part of the skin, and basically there are no real hard edges on the skin. It's basically everything is pretty smooth. Sometimes you see these very, very sharp reflections here at the top, for example, which can maybe look like the lips are very sharp, but in general, lips are pretty smooth. That doesn't mean that you can't have like pretty sharp edges, but in general, well, they're not super sharp. I think what can help here is just kind of smoothing it out just a little bit, especially here, down here, all the way maybe to here. This part is very smooth. It basically transitions over to the inside of the mouth here. And then for the lower lip, what basically happens, why there is a why the lower lip is pretty sharp here in the middle, is because if you look at the okay if you look at the anatomy of a face, can you see it actually? I don't know. No, it's too hard to see. Let's go in here and look at a reference on the internet. Face muscles. There you go. So why do we have a pretty sharp edge at the bottom of the lip? And why does it sort of get smoother the further it goes into the corner of the mouth? You can see it right here pretty well. So what happens for the lips, why do they even have the shape of the lips being two sort of balls at the bottom here instead of the lip for the volume, and then three at the top, is because of how the muscles basically connect to the lips. For the lower lip, what you basically have is, you have, as you can see here, you have these muscles that go into the lip from underneath and connect to the surface basically. To pull your lips out like this, that's what you would do with these muscles. If you would draw them into your character, it would look something like, hold on, there you go. Where's my pen? It would look something like this. There you go. Oh, well, that's kind of weird. But you can see what happens. These two connect somewhere over here, like this. But between these two, there isn't really that much muscle. There's no muscle that connects to the lips. So you have this sort of free space underneath, which creates this sort of overhang of the lip, which also creates the sharp edge. Well, it's not really super sharp, but you know, sharp in relation to the rest. So what happens basically is you have this very, very sharp edge here, and then it gets smoother and smoother and smoother the closer it gets to the edge of the, or the corner of the lip. So it would be very sharp here, and then probably at here, probably it would get smoother. So you can probably maybe add a little more volume here to kind of imitate the the muscle. It's not really, maybe you don't need to. You can also keep the face quite smooth. It could help. You can try it. But what you can especially do is just kind of smooth out this edge here, and probably at least this part, just a little bit to make it merge with the overall face a little bit more. Okay, those are the lips. We can probably do these changes in Photoshop as well. I like the nose. I like the eyes look pretty good. One important thing always to keep in mind, which you've done, is the eyes are mostly covered by the upper eyelid. The eyelid, I mean. No, the eyelid, the upper eyelid covers most of the iris. Some people have their eyelid generally pretty low. Some people have it pretty high. I think I have it pretty high, so it doesn't cover as much of the iris. So some people just always look like they are tired or just annoyed, like Billie Eilish, for example. Probably best example. Hold on. It could also be just like a photo expression, but it is pretty common. Even if she's smiling, usually her eyelids are quite far above, or it's covering almost half of her iris. Compare that to other people. Let's say, I don't even know, like Brad Pitt. I don't know if that's gonna be a good example. Let's see. Oh, let's go to Ryan Reynolds. I think for him, well, that works as well. Can we see like this? You can see his eyelids actually, because he's smiling, of course the lower eyelid gets pushed up a little bit, but for the eyes, you can see the eyelid goes way further above the iris than for Billy, for example. This one, yeah, for this one you can see it. So yeah, you've done it. You know, you've put the eyelid above the or more above the iris. You place the eyeball basically higher so that the upper eyelid covers more of the iris than the lower eyelid. For the lower eyelid, it's usually just that it either barely grazes the iris or it covers the iris very slightly. Yeah, so one thing you could maybe do is you could maybe raise the eyelid a little bit, but you probably don't even have to. I think it's okay. I like that you've added the good old fan pads here. Depending on what kind of character you want to create, you can adjust the fan pads to that. You said you wanted to go for a very young character. Generally, for very young characters, you have very smooth skin, very shiny skin. Shiny skin, maybe not necessarily, but very smooth skin, very tight, let's say. So the fan pads don't really droop down. The skin is still very, very stiff. There's nothing really that basically droops down, except for maybe when you are a little bit, more obese, let's say. Then you would see these very, very big deposits. What you could maybe do is you could maybe smooth this very visible this very visible fat pad just a little bit to make the character look a little bit younger. I like the structure for the eyebrows, or the bone structure for the eyebrows, or basically the eyebrows, being that it sort of turns in like this. I like that. That is good. That is exactly how the skull looks. The face is smaller than the back of the face. So what would happen, of course, if we create a cube for the face, this cube will be smaller than the rest of the face. So it would just go more into the middle. And that's also what happens for the eyebrows. Sometimes it's a little bit, it goes further into the middle than in other times. I think this looks pretty good. I like the structure here. Maybe one thing that is usually the case is that the middle of the collarbone is pretty visible, because there's not really anything to cover the collarbone. The bones or the muscles that connect to the collarbone, you can see right here. Hold on. Can you see it? There you go. The bones basically, they attach to the collarbone, but there are more bones that attach to the collarbone somewhere over here. You have the chest muscles that connect to it. You have the shoulder muscles that connect to it. And so you have way more muscles that cover the collarbone over here. In the middle, you have quite fine or quite sharp, a quite sharply defined collarbone generally. If we look at some examples, let's just see if that's true or I'm just talking crap. Let's see. I don't know. Hold on. Let me just go to my Pinterest collection of faces. I guess that would be a good... Oh, we can probably just stay here. Hold on. There you go. Let's see. What do we have here? Can we see some collarbones? We can't. You can see it here, for example. Of course, depending on how much, I guess, fat your character has, it could be different. You can see it's quite defined here. You have these two bumps here in the middle that basically create the attachments for the muscle that go up to the ear. Looking at this one, you can see it here as well very clearly. This one is quite a lean character, let's say. Person. There you go. You can see it, especially visible here also. Sometimes, you know, if you don't have like super developed muscles, you can most likely see the collarbone very defined all the way to the shoulder. Looking at a few more here, you can see it here. It could be the lighting as well, but that's why we go through multiple examples. You can see it here very defined. So I think in general, just defining the collarbone a little bit more can help with the neck, kind of ending the neck. You can see for this one, maybe the chain is in the way, but for this one, it's actually quite smooth. So yeah, I think the only thing that you shouldn't do is kind of create a sort of like a pit here. It kind of looks like you've added some collarbones, but they seem to be quite far apart. In general, the collarbone should be somewhere over here, so that the muscles that come from here up from the nose, they can connect and attach to the middle of the collarbone, like the center here. That's where they attach to, and that's why they're actually quite defined, because they kind of poke through the skin. Okay, well, we can probably keep it here. There you go. Good old nodes. Okay. There you go. Maybe I haven't really looked at like bald people that much. It could be that the head overall is quite high. The forehead, it could be quite high. Maybe by lowering it a little bit, it can look a little bit more natural. We're gonna do these changes in Photoshop so we can see if they look more natural. But that would be a hunch, and that could be something you could do. Okay. Overall, I like the face. Maybe one thing that you could think about, it could be the case that it looks like this. If you look at different examples, in general, this sort of structure here, it's not very big or defined necessarily. Oftentimes, you could have very deep sort of pockets here. Generally, I think you have quite a smooth transition from here, from the nose bridge to the inner corner of the eye, basically. Let's look at some examples here. Hold on. Well, here you can see, well, let's see, let's look at this one. You can see it's not really defined at all. It's pretty smooth. Let's look at some more examples here. What about, well, this one as well. Let's look at some more here. Maybe some male characters as well. Here it's not, you can see it, but it's not super defined. Here, the same. It is there. You can see it, the sort of curve that goes out again. It's just not super defined. Let's see if we can find one that is quite deep and quite defined. For this one, maybe you could say it is sort of that way, but even for this one, it is still a sort of transition that goes outwards, a sort of slope going into this sort of pocket from the corner of the eye that then creates the curve right next to the corner of the eye. This one, nope. Oh, this one is quite good. So this one is pretty close to yours. I think you can just sort of smooth it out a little bit, or at least put it a little bit closer to the corner of the eye, so that the what then the shape of the nose is basically something more like this. And then you have a transition like this. Just bring this closer to the corner of the eye, so that this doesn't look as deep as it is currently. There you go. Okay. I think that sort of covers the face. Let's actually apply these changes in Photoshop real quick to see what the differences are, you know, before and after. And then, oh, there's one more thing that I wanted to say about the profile view. There you go. I think for this one, first of all, the ear from the profile view looks a little bit different. Generally, the hole, you can't really, well, you can see the hole, but in general, what you have here is this sort of curve goes into the ear like this. Then let's actually go to the front view. I think we can see it better there. No, we can actually not see it better there. Okay, let's go to this. Then you have sort of a deep spot right here. You have the sort of dingling right there. I don't know what that thing is called. And then afterwards, after you have this sort of pit, you have the connection to the hole, which is right here. So I think connecting the, making this here a little bit deeper, the crease, basically continuing the crease all the way to here, and then going into the middle to create this sort of funnel going into the middle of the ear, could kind of fix the structure right here. Yeah, and then I think what you can do is, we covered that for the last character, just kind of to pull the face a little bit more, a little bit further out, depending on, as we said last time, depending on what kind of ethnicity, for example, you want to create. Asians, for example, tend to have a flatter face. That sounds kind of weird, but yeah, that's just, I guess, the best way I can describe it. The distance from the nose tip to the end of the face, you could say here, is generally for Asians, for example, smaller than for Caucasians. It could help that you just pull the face out a little bit more in this direction. So let's quickly do these changes in Photoshop. Hold on, there you go. We're gonna do these first. So what we have here first is the front view. Let's do some changes. So let's go over to the lips first. We can't smooth the lips, can we? Well, oh, we can, hold on. We can go in here and we can just apply a Gaussian blur, and then we can remove the Gaussian blur or mask it. There you go. Okay, so we're gonna cover, or we're gonna smooth the lips just a little bit first, and then we go to some changes in the mouth. I mean, the face, facial structure, the anatomy. There you go. Set the density or opacity lower. And then we smooth it out a little bit like this. Do the same on this side here. Do the same here. Okay. Maybe a little bit more over here. Just a little bit. Okay. Let's see the before and after. Like this, this. And then let's go to the anatomy changes. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So, first of all, what did we say? We had the the sort of inner corner here. So what we can do here, hopefully it works. It is quite deep, so we probably would have to do some bigger changes here. So, but let's see if we can change it a little bit at least. We can pull the corner a little bit more here into the middle. I mean, to the eye, like this. It is still quite dark. I think smoothing it out can help a little bit as well. lightening it basically. There you go. Then we had this part right here, bringing it closer together. So we have the good old bone right here, like this. There you go. Create this sort of U shape at the bottom. There you go. Looks kind of distorted, but that's okay. And then we had the head, basically just lowering the head a little bit. Brush size is so annoying to set up. Changes so much. You could maybe even oh, that's quite a lot. Maybe even make it wider just a little bit here on the side. There you go. Oh, well, that's quite a lot. Hold on. Make it nice and round. Okay. Let's look at the changes. First of all, I think this is pretty clear. Just kind of bringing the bone a little bit more into the middle, defining it a little bit more. Then I think it helps if you just very slightly, maybe not as much as we've done here, just reduce the head height, let's say. And then what you can do is just a little bit smooth out the transition to the inner corner of the eye. You can keep this sort of sharp curve, but create a transition from the bridge, from the nose bridge to the eyes a little bit more before you go into this sharp sort of curve, basically. Yeah, and then smoothing out the lips as well. If we apply all these changes, looks like this. Oh, wait, why can't we see it? Oh, because, okay, well, let's just do that. Wait, no, that doesn't work either. Does it? Hold on. No, it doesn't. Okay, well, we're not gonna see the lips. Well, the lips look like this. And the rest we can't see, unfortunately. Hold on, I can probably fix it. There you go. Oh. There you go. Yeah, I think right now the forehead is a little bit too low now, but maybe lowering it a little bit can help. And then, you know, this right here in the middle, and also the collarbone, and the lips, just smoothing them out a little bit more. Maybe adding some muscle structure to them as well. Oh, and also maybe smoothing the fat pad a little bit. Overall, the face is supposed to be quite smooth, quite stiff. So maybe even the fat pad down here, you wouldn't really see super, like, it wouldn't be like super refined or defined. We could maybe do these changes real quick. So for example, we can just smooth it out some more. Here, for example, smooth. Do the same here. Oh, strength is already at full strength. Maybe we can even use the smear brush. Gonna smooth it. There you go. What if we smooth middle here? There you go. Before and after. Da-da-da. Yeah, I think the forehead is a little bit too low. Just lowering it a little bit can probably help. Yep. So the changes: collarbone, lip structure or lip smoothness, softening the fat pads, making the face overall a little bit stiffer, let's say, or tighter, lowering the head height. Yeah, and that's basically all here. Let's go to the body. We not only have a face, we also have a body. Let's go to the front view. I think the front view is the best one to look at. Let's remove all these notes. Okay, for the body, of course, we can talk about the anatomy, which we will, you know. He said he wanted to create a 20-year-old character. Well, the only real changes between a 20-year-old character and maybe like an 80-year-old or, wait, what? Nothing to erase, but there's a dot right there. The only real change is that the body is still in its best shape. So maybe it is very muscular. Maybe it is just in general pretty lean. It could be pretty even just skinny, for example. Generally, I think younger people tend to be less fat, let's say. They are, you know, still pretty skinny. And then at some point the metabolism, for example, changes and you tend to gain weight more easily. So you get, you know, a little bit more belly fat, for example. But for 20-year-olds, I think it's still pretty low, the amount of fat that you have. So in general, let's talk about the basic anatomy for this body. I think in general, the leanness you definitely have. You have some slight definition in the abs. Maybe you could add, if you want to, just very slight sort of stepping stones. Sort of, you can define the different bones. Bones, dude, I can't talk today. You can define the different muscles a little bit more. You can look at some not basically ripped people, but people that have a little bit of belly fat. Oftentimes you can still see the muscles. They're just smoothed out a lot. So one thing you can do that is basically sculpt them in very strong. Like sculpt them in as if they would be like visible from the outside, as if they would be ripped, and then you smooth the muscles a little bit to remove the definition until you're satisfied, basically. I like the collarbone. And then, hold on, let's zoom out. The biggest adjustment that I've seen in this character, overall, I think the head size is good. We talked about the head size, I think, the first time you submitted a full body character. The head size, I think, is good. Is for the thighs. Looking at the thighs from our good old friend here, you can see, let's look from the back. So if you look at the back, you can see where the thighs come from. The thighs are supposed to basically lift you up. They pull your, there you go, they pull your heel up, basically. So they're attached to the heel, and they're also attached to the upper, to the thigh, basically. So how are they attached? They're first of all, of course, attached here, just at the bone. Basically, the heel is just a bone. And then the muscles go up, and between these muscles, hold on, we can't see the butt. There you go. Between the muscles of the back muscles of the thigh, they go in between those, right where the knee is, basically. There's the knee. Wait, the knee is right there. And the thigh, I mean the calves go into or connect to the thigh bone where the knee begins. So they sort of spread out like this and this to the inside and outside. More to the outside, the outer muscle is bigger than the inner muscle. You can see it right here. The inner muscle is smaller, also shorter, let's say. And you can also see that most of their width is at the top. So here's the knee, and then you have quite a lot of width, and then it goes slimmer until it reaches the heel. For the inner muscle, you have a lot of, you basically have the same sort of flow that you have here, but also a little bit in a shorter amount of, like in a shorter range basically. The muscle is shorter, so that, which means that it gets wider, but then it gets slimmer faster basically. Translating that to the thighs for your character, I think one change you can do, if you look at the character from the front, you can see the thighs, the calves basically go into the middle or behind the knee when they reach the knee. So you can basically only see the thigh, the calf muscles underneath the knee. So one thing you can change is the shape of the thighs. They basically begin, first of all, you have a little bit more muscle over here next to the knee, and then the muscles for the calves come out of here. These ones are a little bit smaller, so they probably go like this. Well, that's quite a scribbly. There you go, like this. Come on. There you go, like this. And then for the outer knee, you have a little bit more muscle right here. For the thigh, just a little bit more, like this. And then for the other calf, they can kind of begin here, go out, and then it ends somewhere over here, and then it gets thin again. You don't have as much volume down here. The volume mainly is at the top, somewhere over here. So pulling this volume just a little bit higher, I think can help in shaping the legs a little bit more to what they look like in real life. Yeah. I think overall the muscle structure for the thighs is you have two main muscles. You have one muscle that kind of goes like this to the hips, and then you have one muscle that comes from here and connects on the inside like this. This is a rough sketch, so but the main thing here is that you have these two muscles that come to the knee and then sort of go around it and connect to the bone down here. Like this. Welcome, Zachary. Welcome back. Wait, you were here before, weren't you? You just got a haircut? Nice, that's nice. So you're not someone that, I mean, it doesn't really say a lot, but I guess you're not someone that has long hair. Okay. Yeah. That's one thing. I'm guessing this character is supposed to be more sporty, more, I guess, into shape than, for example, like you would say like a princess character would be, for example. That would probably be something more, you know, less muscular, smaller muscles, and overall a like thinner, smaller statue. Hair doesn't know where to grow. Okay, I think I can imagine what kind of hair that is. Okay, yeah, so yeah, sort of following the structure, you have the muscles that go from up here from the thigh around the knee to the bone right here, and then you also have the calves that go behind these muscles and connect to the bone up here behind the knee. So the structure looks something like this. The ankle of the legs is very, very thin as well. I think it can't hurt if you make it maybe a little bit thinner than this, just a little bit. In general, no, actually, yeah. Yeah. It looks like you actually sculpted the bone, but it looks like the bone has a curvature in it. I think you can fix that as well. Just kind of straightening the bone. There are some bones that have some curves in them, like for example the ribs, but no limb bone has a curve that looks like this, or looks like this. It is more pretty, basically from the knee to the ankle in a straight line. Okay. One thing always to keep in mind, basically, you can determine if you don't want to look at your head, or you want to measure the proportions with your head, if you want to know where the legs should begin, the arm or the wrist basically is at crotch height. If you put the arms just right next to you, the wrists basically are at crotch height. So if you would now go from this A pose to just like a normal standing pose, you would rotate them inwards. And I think really only the tips of the finger, maybe somewhere over here, currently is the height of the crotch. I think either it could be that the arms need to be a little bit longer. If I look at that right now, maybe it's a mix between both. I think you can make the arms maybe a little bit longer. The forearms, I think, can be a little bit longer. In general, the forearms are just as long. Hold on, the forearm is just as long as the upper arm. The upper arm appears to be shorter generally because it is covered by the shoulder. The shoulder takes up some of the length of the upper muscle, the upper arm bone, because it is connected right here to the shoulder. It goes from here, zip, to the elbow, and then it goes from the elbow to the wrist. And this length right here is just as long as this length right here. So I think one thing you can do, you can make the lower arm, the forearm, a little bit longer, and then you can maybe even put the crotch a little bit higher. It could be that if you measure it, you adding 3 more heads underneath this head. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Well, that's small. 3, 4. 4. Generally 4 heads, beginning with the first one being the real head. That's where the crotch begins. Well, the crotch really begins where in the middle of the body. So going from all the way from the bottom to the top of your body, in the middle of that would basically be where your legs begin. That's also where your crotch is. So you can use that either, the full entire length, or maybe 4 heads to locate where the crotch should be. So you can probably push the hips a little bit higher. That would make the legs a little bit longer as well. And yeah, I think in general, it could look like that, but maybe you can also just a little bit lower. I mean, what is it? Thin. What is the opposite of widening? Hold on, I need to look that up. Good old thesaurus. Widening. Is that a word? Broadening, narrowing. Aha, narrowing. Okay, so you can narrow the hips a little bit. That would make the gap between the thighs a little bit smaller. I think that can help, and overall the hips a little bit smaller. In general, the difference, or comparing male and female hips, males have hips that when you look at the shoulders, the bones right here, like this is the width of the shoulders. For males, it would be smaller, like this. So it would be something like this. Looking at our test subject, you can see, hold on, there you go, can you see it? There's the bone, right there, right here. Going down, you can see the hip is a little bit thinner, maybe add that width. For females, the hip would be a little bit wider. So the hips, if you look at the bone right here, it is quite wide. If we then also add the muscles, yeah, I think they could be in a good spot. I think what really here maybe might be the problem is the length, and also maybe the amount of volume for the thighs. Just adding a little bit more maybe can help. Yeah, then the length here for the forearm, the face is okay. I mean the head size. The neck length depends on what kind of character you want to create. It could be longer, it could be the same. neck length can sort of convey can be a feministic trait, a long neck, for example, but it doesn't have to be. Now with these changes, let's go into Photoshop and apply them. We don't have a side view, so let's look at the front view and do the changes. So, as I said before, I need to open a window because it's pretty warm. You can feel the wind. Oh, I know what you mean. Okay, I'll see you, Marcelam. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for joining. Okay. Smart object. There you go. Okay. Let's do some quick changes here. There you go. So we talked about the arms. The arms can be a little bit longer. There you go, maybe like this. Generally, like this. Maybe not that long. Maybe we can even move the elbow a little bit higher because we move the crotch higher as well. So now we can move the crotch higher. Or the hips, let's say. Not just the crotch. The hips overall, just a little bit higher. Oh, not too high though. There you go. We can also add some more volume on the outside and inside of the thighs. Kind of hard to push in both directions. There you go. Maybe we can make it a little bit thinner. Actually, no, I think I'm gonna keep it like this. We can then also, now we can see if we kind of rotate this, we kind of reach the crotch area. Maybe we can push it up a little bit more. There you go. And then let's go to the thighs. I mean the calves. So for the calves, one change we can do is we can make the muscle that comes from up here, can make it a little bit wider, like this. Do the same on the outside. There you go. Then we make this muscle actually connect somewhere down here or go into the middle somewhere down here. This muscle up here on the side needs to be higher. First of all, let's straighten the bone. There you go. There you go. We do the same on the other side. Straightening the bone. Then we bring the outer muscle a little bit further up. We push it up like this. Give it more width at the top than at the bottom. The same for the inner muscle. And then we need to connect them underneath, or we need to bring them in underneath the knee. We can maybe give these thighs a little bit more volume here. Keep in mind the muscle is the widest part of the hip. So somewhere over here, that's correct. How you did it. There you go. Okay, let's look at before and after. Maybe the thighs are actually still too big. You could maybe make them a little bit thinner, but look at it. Da-da-da. First of all, straighten the bones. Yeah, maybe we could make these a little bit thinner still. Narrower. The arms, the arm length. Forearm a little bit longer, maybe the upper arm a little bit shorter. We have the hips. The hips are higher so that the hips are roughly in the middle of the body, so that the legs start in the middle of the body basically, or the middle of the full body height. And then we change the sort of I guess, volume of the legs a little bit as well. There you go. Let's make them a little bit thinner here. There you go. Okay. I think those are the biggest changes that you can do. General rule, always wrist at crotch height, crotch in the middle of the body, or yeah, basically, and all the limb bones are straight. Yeah. In general, the upper leg bone is as long as the lower leg bone. The upper arm bone is as long as the lower arm bone. Okay, yep. I think those are the changes you can do. Da-da-da. Oh, that's too fast. There you go. Okay, I think the upper body is good. I like the upper body. Okay, let's go to the next and last submission. Good old Hustler. Another attempt at a sculpt. I think he said, what did you say? Like, it's been a while since you made that sculpt. Hold on. I can't find it. Oh, sculpted it 2 weeks ago. Okay. So this is not your current skill level. Maybe because you were so busy with work. Maybe. One thing that definitely jumps into my sight immediately is the difference between the previous character that you sculpted or the previous submissions for feedback and this one. This one looks completely different in terms of its face structure and proportions than the previous ones. It seemed like for the previous ones you probably didn't have necessarily a reference, but you had a reference in your head that made it so that your faces sort of looked very similar. This one looks very different, so I like it. I like that you were able to diversified your faces a little bit. That's good. I like the structure. You definitely worked on the facial structure. You can see the nice cheekbones here. Maybe the cheekbones actually. The cheekbones might be a little bit too low. It could be. Actually, no. I think they're in a good spot. One thing you can probably do is look at the eye size. I think the eye size with your previous character and also this character, I think they are a little bit too big. First of all, the nose has this width, and if you go up, this should generally be where the corner of the eye, the inner corner of the eye begins, and then the width of the eye is I don't really know if there's a good estimate or kind of sort of point of reference for the outer corner of the eye in the face itself. What I usually do to see how big my eyes are is I just grab a sphere and then I place it in the eye. I mean in the face. The sphere should be, if you use an array modifier and you array or you place 5 eyeballs next to each other, that should be the face size. And then also, if you look at the ball, going from the inner corner of the eye to the, outer corner of the eye to the inner corner of the eye, somewhere over here, this should be the maximum width of the eyeball. Those are the best estimations to the size I can really give you. I guess it just really comes down to practice. Yeah, maybe just maybe keep in mind for the next sculpt, just make the eyes just a little bit smaller. Just kind of see how it works. For outer corner, I think it is. Oh yeah. It is basically yeah. It is from the middle of the lip. That's what I usually do, going up, connecting to the nostril, and then just continuing to go up, and then you not only reach the outer corner of the eye, you also reach the end of the eyebrow, generally. Like this. There you go. Oh. Da-da-da. So maybe you can end right there. It could vary if you have very big nose, like a very big nose, for example, then it could be different, but that would be the general rule. One thing, I think one thing you can do to, right now it kind of looks like your character has like puckered lips, so as if she's trying to kiss someone, he, she, they. And to solve that, it seems like the mouth is in a good position. Maybe you can pull the nostrils back a little bit to bring them closer into the face, or what you can do is you can pull this sort of volume that you have here a little bit further forward, so that there is some more depth around the mouth. Right now it looks like the mouth is kind of pulled forward, which means that this space here around the mouth gets stretched forward as well, so there isn't really any volume around the lips or around the corner of the lip. But if you bring the lips back again, there's more structure or more volume around the lips. So one thing you could do is maybe first of all smooth out this sort of under the cheekbone, smooth this out a little bit more, give it some more volume, and then also maybe either pull the corner of the mouth just a little bit more into the face, and then also give the character overall just a little bit more volume right here. I think that can help a lot. The ear structure goes, oh, this one is actually good to draw on. The other one wasn't a little more difficult. This one is easier. It goes like this. We have the C shape. Then it goes into the middle. No, actually no. We have the C shape on the outside. Then we have the connection here where the C shape goes into the middle. We have this sort of canal going into the middle. Then you correctly place the sort of level right here, the sort of hole. And then we have another hole that is even lower that gets sort of covered by this dingling over here. Like this. And then this dingling then goes into the ear and creates another layer on the inside. Like this. And then connects to the outer C basically. You don't have a connection to the outer C, the outer sort of shape there, from the middle. It actually goes underneath. You correctly place it right here. This one goes underneath this sort of C shape, or this sort of skin right here. This one actually connects to it, which is not really the case. It either doesn't exist, or it goes underneath it. That would be the structure. Yeah. Also, it seems like the ears are a little bit too high. It could be the camera that is placed a little bit above the character, so that the nose is lower than the ears. In general, of course, nose height, bottom of the nose, beginning of the ear, roughly eyelid, ending of ear. Yeah, it seems like it's a little bit too high. But I like the structure. I like the structure. Let's compare that to the first submission that you ever submitted, okay? To see the difference, okay? Hold on. We need to go way higher. Hold on. Should be somewhere over here. Maybe even... Nope. Nope. Come on. There it is. See the difference? Hold on. Perfect comparison. So this was, when was this one? 2 months ago. See the difference? This one looks way better. I like this one. You can see how much you've changed it. You've given the face more width. You've given the ear actual structure. I remember when you didn't even add ears. The head overall has a better structure. You can see the jaw actually. The head, the forehead has a better shape. Yeah, I like this one. I like this one. I meant to do it in the end, but I kind of forgot about it. There was a lot more I wanted to do to the scope, but I just didn't have the time. Yeah. Yeah, but overall, I like the development. I like this. I like this one. Yeah, generally maybe a little more structure here so that the lips don't look as puckered. You could maybe argue about the size of the nose, although noses can be quite small, so I'm not gonna say that this one's too small. Generally, I think eyes can be a little bit smaller. Let's circle it. And then the structure of the ear. Yeah. Maybe you could say that generally when you go from the corner here, from the eyebrow corner, back on the head, generally the edge that is kind of here doesn't go out, rather it goes either up or in. Looking at the reference, for example, you can see how it sort of goes straight back. It doesn't go out, it's sort of like out. It rather just stays on the same level in this direction and goes backwards. Yeah, I think the smaller nose looks more fitting. Maybe a mix between, well, you can test around with different noses, of course. But yeah, this one, I like this one. Hold on. Actually, no, let's go to Photoshop and do these small changes so we can look what it looks like before and after, and then, yeah, we can wrap the feedback session up. There you go. Okay. First of all, let's make the eyes just a little bit smaller, going from here. Which also means we need to make the eyebrows a little bit smaller as well. I mean, thinner, but not narrower, let's say. Also, we bring them closer into the middle. There you go. There you go. You can sleep happy tonight. Exactly. Then the ears. I don't know if we can actually adjust it because it's actually, yeah, it works. I was scared that I would pull down the cheekbone, but it sort of works. There you go. Okay, this looks kind of weird now, but there you go. You could argue to make the nose a little bit wider, but I don't know if that's actually the case. I think you can keep it like this. Doesn't really make a big difference. Whoop, whoop. No, never mind. Yeah. Was there more? No, I think hold on, let me just quickly check. Yeah, well, the ear structure, but the ear structure is hard to set up, or hard to change here. Maybe one thing you could say is we can make this, pull this out some more, but the lip is right on the edge, so we can't really pull it out. Let's look at the before and after. Da-da-da, da-da-da. There's the big difference. I think, especially on the eyes, you can see the difference, and then also the sort of flow going back from the corner of the eyebrow. I think doing these changes can improve the character a little bit more. Before, after, before, after. There you go. Yeah, for me it's always the nose length that is the critical part. Now I consciously make an effort to make it shorter. I never made a nose that is too short, so, you know, I usually just make one that is too long. There you go. Yeah, I like this one. Good job. Okay, perfect. Yep. Hope that those adjustments help, or hope these the feedback helped. Like for these submissions, of course, you can always submit either the adjusted scopes or new ones. If you if you haven't submitted yet and you have some pieces that you want to get feedback on, feel free to either, if you haven't already, join the Discord or just post your pieces. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna, not gonna destroy them. I'm not gonna roast them. I want you to improve, so I don't want to, put you down. Okay. Others don't want to do that either. There are some people that already gave some feedback, not just me. So, sometimes you can even just ask what you can improve, and people generally, can give you an answer. Okay. Let's go to topic number 2. Let's work on those boots. The boots look ugly, so how about we change that? So, here are my thoughts about why the boots look weird. Comparing it to his boots, the first thing that comes to mind is, if I look at it from the top, it's actually pretty close. The one thing that comes to mind right now, for me, is the length. Looking at it from the side, I think they're too long. Either that, or we need to pull this part of the boot further forward. Helped me a lot. I'm glad. Hope I'm excited to see the next one. Okay, yeah. So the goal would be to just adjust these boots a little bit so they look more like boots. We can pull them maybe a little bit further back. We'll see. They look too much like an L. Yeah, they look too much. They're too flat, I think, at the bottom. We need to adjust them a little bit. Let me actually sit down real quick, and then we can begin. Okay. There you go. Perfect. Okay, so let's begin adjusting these boots. Oh, first of all, I think what I wanted to do is I wanted to grab some real life references. I think the angle that we have here doesn't really help that much. I think if we get a better look at it from the side at similar boots, that could probably help as well. So let's grab some real quick. Boot. Yep. Hold on, let me look at them. I think that's the same. I think that's the problem right now. What you said. The sort of the ankle part is too thin. So similar like this. It looks like this. It looks like this. Exactly. It looks like this. It looks like a Chelsea boot right now. But it looks like a Chelsea boot without the sharp tip. That's what it looks like right now. I think. See, it's like a clown Chelsea boot. That's the problem. So let's see if we can find some. Oh, this one is pretty good. I like this one. We have a sort of side view. This one looks weird, although we get a nice profile view. This one is pretty good. This one is also pretty good. Timberland. Here's something like this maybe. We just pull the this part a little bit further forward so that this distance here from from the shoe tip to the laces is just shorter. Yep. Okay, let's grab these. Where am I? Wrong folder. Oh no. There you go. Okay. For the reference, there you go. I think this one's the closest to all the others, compared to all the others. Let me just put them in my reference scene real quick. Reference scene is getting bigger and bigger. Okay. Okay, so okay, let's compare these to these boots. Yeah. Hold on, let me just go into scope mode first. I want to remove this. I don't think that is necessary to see right now. You know what they remind me of? Let me see if I can find those boots. I think they're like Adidas sneaker. Are those? I don't know if they were. I think they're hard to find. They're like socks that then merge or become a shoe. It looks so weird. Hold on, let me see if I could find them. Let's go to Adidas store. I know I'm wasting time just for a meme, okay? Don't mention it. Okay, let's see. New arrivals. Nice slippers. Hell yeah. Not the ones with toes. They don't have toes, but they begin like socks. I don't think I could find them. Men, let's see. Shoes. Nope. Let's see, there are quite a few different ones here. Oh, this one, no. Come on, give it to me. I need it. Google sock sneaker, okay. Basically. Oh, there they are. They look so weird. Yeah, hold on. There it is. These. Dude. They look so weird, especially if you wear them. And those are what these boots currently remind me of. So we definitely need to change them. Okay. So let's remove the socks and get them to an actual boot shape. Where are they? There it is. Okay. So one change or one difference between this one and the actual like character shoe is that the character doesn't have laces. They have sort of I think they have like a piece of leather that they wrap over the other side and then use sort of buckles to connect them, as far as I know, or as far as I've seen. First of all, they can't be wider at the top than at the bottom. So So we need to make them wider in general. There you go. Let's see, I want to see the reference. I actually can see it in my reference view here. Hold on. There it is. Okay. I think this one needs to be just straight up. Like this. Maybe a little bit, but maybe we can just pull this out some more here. Okay. Then, so the problem that I currently have is that they look more like, they look like winter shoes, like winter boots, not really like normal boots that you could wear, I don't know, in spring or whatever. I think they're just overall a little bit too high. Oh, that's the foot. I think we're getting closer. Let me just do some radical changes here. Gonna draw it out a little bit, these different shapes, so I can kind of know where I need to go. There you go. Wait, do I? Okay. There you go. I don't really have a good view of the inside. Actually, this one's pretty good. The actual like in-game character. There you go. Higher on this side. Hold on. Let me fix the middle here first. There you go. So we get this nice slope here, the second type 2 slope. And then at the top you have this very, very straight slope upwards. Dude. Well, the healer should go out a bit on the outer side. Should it go out or should it go in? I think the inside is a little bit too strong currently. Are they too high now? That could be the problem. Actually, is it? I don't know. I don't think so. Let me bring in... should we bring in the laces? I don't know if they're going to change it. Let's bring it in. I want to see if the laces change it. Let me just make a new separate model for them. There you go. So they connect to here somewhere, right there. And then they go to the other side. Somewhere over there. Give it some thickness, and then we have at least some sort of lace, let's say. Oh, that's pretty big. Let's bring in the, what is the other one? The cylinder here. I think the, is it is the, hold on. I thought about making the calves smaller, but I don't think that's the problem here. It could be. Let me do some changes here real quick. Well, you can't stop me, so just accept. They're getting quite short, but that's probably okay. Let's see, can we lower this a little bit? Probably a little bit, maybe. Let's see. How does that look? I feel like it doesn't really get smaller here. I think we need to make it thinner here at the top. It's too wide, I feel like. Wait. Maybe we're getting somewhere. Maybe. Doing some adjustments here, maybe changing this helps a little bit as well. Giving it more of a natural shape, I guess. There you go, pull it out. We're getting somewhere. It definitely looks better than before. Maybe not perfect, but definitely better. Let me try something real quick. I just want to see what it looks like. Oh, hold on. I don't really have a good before and after, but does it make a big difference? I don't think so. Maybe it's too high. Is it too high? I think it's too high. What if it's shorter? Let's see. We're getting somewhere? Oh no. Didn't even pick up the pun. Did you get a new haircut? No, it's just not styled. And it got longer since I went to the barber like 2 months ago or so. The problem is, like, I decided to basically move my hair to the left side for some reason, so that they move in this direction, because I always had them going in this direction. So I decided to move them to the left now. And then afterwards, after a few months of doing that, I decided to go back to this side. But now if I just leave them like this, I always have this sort of small hair just sticking up like this every time. It's so annoying, and I can't make it stop. It just always sticks up like a flag post. It's so weird. Hold on, what if we just pull this down? I think it's also the height. I don't know if it's just illusion. Let me just quickly look at the let's see if we can see something in the trailer. What is it called again? Oh yeah. There it is. Okay, can we see some boots? Let's see some feet. I need some feet. Nope, those are not feet. Oh, hold on. Maybe. Come on, please. Oh, no, we can't see it. Oh, maybe there. Hold on. Frame by frame. There it is. Perfect. It's on a white background, so it's even better. It's quite high, to be honest. Let's see if we can see some better here. Something better. Well, now it's completely hidden. Oh, there you can see it there. Come on. Go away. Can we... it is pretty high, but it's not really... It's hard to see. Oh, hold on. There it is. There is the perfect reference. Yeah, I think they're pretty high. Looking at ours. Hold on. Oh. so small, but I look good. Thanks. I think there's one thing that can help. Maybe. We'll try. Let's grab it, pull it up as high as it was before, and then we pull it even further forward. Maybe it can be a little bit steeper. The inner part of the boot, left side of the boot, looking from front view should be higher and the outer part be more like a slope. It definitely looks better, I think. I think that looks better than before. Just kind of making it longer. I think that helps. Although now it may look too big. Oh no. Dilemma. I don't know if the foot holds us back or if the foot is okay. Maybe the foot needs to be a little bit thinner. You know what? Screw the foot. Hold on. Where's my boot? There it is. Looking at my reference to know, you know. Yeah, I think maybe the heels don't need to point into the middle that much. I think that's better. Generally. There you go. I think that's more natural. I could grab some reference, but I think we don't need more. I think that's better. Okay. Bring back the boots. Screw the foot. The foot just needs to suffer, okay? Band name, Screw the Foot. So now that we have done that, maybe we can pull it out some more in this direction. Wait, what did we do? Oh, we can make it thinner. A little bit. I think the tip is too far in the middle, so we can pull it into, I mean, on the left side. There you go. Let me look at some soul shapes. Is that pronounced soul? Boot soul. Aha. I think this one fits quite well. Okay, time for some changes. Oh, hold on. Can you see it? I don't think so. Well, oh no. Well, you don't need to see it, okay? Exactly, as long as it looks cool. We don't need ergonomics. Okay, so the bag stays quite thin throughout. And then it goes wider in the front. We probably don't need more than that. Maybe we can go even a little bit more into the middle here. Okay. So, hold on, let me hide the boot again. You know what, heel? We don't need you. Go in there. Nice, okay. Made some more room. Okay. I think we're almost there. Let me do some sculpting here. I want to make this thinner here, the front. He looks so suspicious from afar. So sus. That boy looking so sus right now. Okay. Let's refine the shape. Sussy baka. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna stop. Gonna stop right there, okay? I'm not gonna go further. Wait, do I have the other side of the boot? Wait, where's my reference? There it is. Do I have the other side of the boot? Let's see. I do not. Hell yeah. Well then we're not gonna use it. Sus time? Nope, it's not sus time. It is productivity time, okay? We don't have time for susness. Only time for productive activities. There you go. Oh, that's the inside of the boot. Okay, smooth it out. Ba-ba-ba. Smooth it out. Perfect. I don't need you right now. What are you called again? Where are you? Wait. Oh, there it is. Plane. There you go. Okay. Smooth. Smooth to remove. With some volume. There you go. I accidentally merged the sole with the leather. That is exactly what I wanted to do. Oh, that's a toe. Okay. Oh. Sounds like a song name, Sus Time. Sounds like a prison shower song. Smooth to remove. Okay. It just looks weird, probably because we don't have the buckles or whatever they're called. Let me just kind of fix some shapes here. We have this bit here that actually goes back, like backwards, like this. Why is it so laggy? What are you trying to tell me? There you go. Okay. So we have this side done. Let's do the other one. Oh, I want to see the other one. Okay. Wait, okay. I thought I had relative detail on. Unfortunately, I didn't. I still don't know why it's so laggy all of a sudden. So there's one thing we definitely need to do, and that is we need to create a downward slope to the tip so that we can add the heel. It'll be hard to do though because the foot is basically not pointing downwards. So we can see the toe right there. Maybe we can just kind of imitate it right now. We don't need to give it its full height right now. Its full strength. There you go. Okay. Make this clean so we don't extrude out. Only extrude downwards. And then we grab the good old inflate brush. There you go. It's not that long. It's definitely wider though. Okay, let's see. We need to pull it further back. It needs to sort of be on the same level as the leather. Okay. We need Phil. Where's my good old friend Phil? There he is. Sharpen the edge. Easy peasy. Oh, hello. Interesting move there. Okay. That's quite high. Hold on. Okay. I think that's good for a rough sketch right now. We need to bring back these bad boys, and we need to give them a mirror modifier. Not supported in dynamic topology. Well, what do you mean? I just want to... Wait, what did I... Oh, I know why. Okay, there you go. Okay. I think they're in a good spot. I just need to move this part a little bit further forward. Like this. And then this part down here needs to be sharper. Hold on, let me use the scrape tool. My second best friend, scrape. There you go. Scrape and fill. My new best friends. I don't know why, but they look like sneakers. And I don't know why. What is it about them that they look like sneakers? No, that doesn't make a difference. Oh. Didn't know that boots were such a difficult thing to model. Now I know. We need to do a boot anatomy lesson, I guess. Or a boot anatomy study, rather. Can't teach what you don't know. Or talk about. Okay. I think we're getting to the point that we're gonna get as close, or that this is gonna be as close as we'll get it. Let me work in some folds. Oh, they're pretty interesting. There you go. Hold on, let me just remove the body for a second. I want to see something. Does that look better? I feel like it does. Are the feet just too long? I feel like they are. To be honest, this looks better, in my opinion. I don't know though. Maybe they're too short now. Maybe that's too short. That's better. Welcome back. O credo sin importancia. Hope you had a great day. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Coming in with that enthusiastic welcome, or hello, with that enthusiastic greeting. Hope you had a great day. Hope you were able to work on your game, or your games. We're trying to finish the boot, or at least figure out the boot. It's kind of a interesting process right now. Trial and error. Okay, I think we're getting to the point that it's okay. Not good, but okay. Okay, yeah. Something like that. I was in a fight. Okay. In my games, different. I don't sleep too much because I don't have too much time for the games, but I'm trying. Yeah, I can imagine 3 games in a month. But there isn't that much time for anything else, basically. Okay. I think it's okay now. Let me adjust these two and then maybe refine those as well. They're very, very low resolution, as you can see. I'm pretty good. Nothing crazy happening. Still just good old work week. We're almost done with the project that needs to be done before I can go to take my vacation. So that's nice. Wait, oh. Nothing crazy happening. We talked about my hair, how it always does what's not supposed to do. Well, at least if I don't put any product in it. There you go. In general, I think I have a pretty good behaving hair. It is well trained. There you go. Oh, that's not good. Okay, there you go. It's too short. No, it's too low. It's probably maybe also too thin. Take me with you to where? Oh, you mean on a vacation? I mean, if you take the time. I mean, if you know, take time off. Still need to take the vacation from last year. Haven't used all those up yet. Thank God we don't have to use them in the early year. Like we have to like basically use it all that we take over from last year. We can basically, we only have to I guess like use them all at the end of the next year, which is very, very convenient, or very, very, you know, just relaxed. Wait, where's the solidify? There it is. Okay. Bad vacation. Why that? Did something happen? Or did you want to be more productive but you couldn't? There you go. Scale it. Oh, that's interesting. I think we should sculpt them. Yeah, let's do it. Hold on, before I do that, I'm just gonna revert the changes and then duplicate. What are they called again? No, let's try again. Oh, let's just call it plain backup. I think I remember there was a person. No, I think it was on TikTok. I explained some sort of process where I began with start with a plane, and then somebody asked, "But where's the plane?" Referring to an actual like flying plane instead of the plane in Blender, like the base mesh. I was so confused in the beginning. Okay, reinforcing the edges or dinotopoing them, making them dynamic. Okay, so they wrap around. They are actually thicker than that. There you go. Okay. Do the other one, make it thicker. Wider, whatever you want to call it. There you go. I was in a farm and in the past I was in this farm making fire by the wood, but this wasn't very happy for some reasons, like gas, oil. I remember in this time I was needed to ride machine 200 space or something, and the food is very bad. Sounds like a bad time. Wait, so you had to write an essay basically, or write a paper with 200 words on your vacation? It doesn't really sound like a vacation. Or free time. Sounds more like, I don't even know what you would call that. Fake free, like fake vacation. Fake vacation. Let's say vacation. Hell. Time to block out the buckle. Oh, that's too far back. Somewhere over here. We probably need more resolution than this. This is too little. I remember the teachers that gave us homework over the 6 weeks of what is it, like summer vacation. I remember those were the homeworks that we had the most time for, and those were the homeworks that we never did. Or at least I didn't. I didn't do them. I don't want to say homeworks are you shouldn't do them, but you know, I didn't. Well, homework can be useful, okay? I don't want to I don't know, convey a wrong message. Do your homework and eat your greens. That's today's lesson, okay? Okay. We have to do the same for the top. This looks still pretty weird. Let's kind of push it down here to put it in the middle of this buckle. There you go. 3 days for vacations and ride. During this time I don't know what is internet, but this changed my mind. So you didn't have internet? Or, well... You mean back then you didn't know what the internet was, or... You couldn't use it? Which changed your mind. Or it changed your mindset. You know, sometimes not using the internet can actually be pretty beneficial. Especially when you want to get rid of bad habits. There you go. You know, I said we were gonna work on the undergarment. I lied. I don't think we have enough time. The boots just took up too much time. It's so annoying. But it was all my fault. I can't sculpt shoes. Maybe it's better to model them. I need to look at a tutorial where somebody models shoes. With like poly modeling or whatever they use. Pretty crazy if you think how fast we went from no internet to internet wherever you go, whenever you do, or whenever you like are awake, not even noticing it anymore, passively doing it basically. Pretty crazy, but I don't think that's necessarily something bad. When I was more young, I know what a cell phone is and what WhatsApp was or YouTube, but I can't use it too much. Yeah, I remember when we switched internet provider, or when we moved into our current home or current apartment. And the cable from the street to our house, to our apartment for the internet was like the Ethernet cable or whatever you want to call it was super bad. And to actually get the speed that we basically bought or ordered or subscribed to, we had my dad is like an electrician, so he can just like change it. But for some reason, because we switched the internet provider, they took ages to get to us and switch the internet to their service instead of the old one. So for a certain amount of time, I think it was like 2 months or maybe just a month, I can't remember, we just had no internet. And I think that was like 5 years ago or so. Well, we still had internet, but only like mobile data from our phones, basically. So basically nothing. Like after a day, for me, I didn't have any internet left, I guess. For me, it didn't stop working. It was just so that it basically just slowed down, which meant the first day of the month I had like I was able to watch some YouTube videos in like full speed, but then afterwards I had to basically, because it was slowed down, I had to let them load for 50 minutes. Then I was able to watch 5 minutes. Then I had to wait again for 50 minutes. Then I was able to watch again, and then was that like the whole time. Couldn't play any games that required internet. Couldn't do anything basically that required an internet connection. Was pretty miserable. Polymill, yeah. I will definitely retopologize all this so that it is cleaner. So I'm not going to keep this. This looks way too rough. Oh. How did I survive? Well, I didn't. I was basically dead. I was barely hanging in there. I don't even know what I did. Just all the blur. All that I still know from that time was that I at some point was sitting in my bed, just waiting for my phone to load like the video. And then I just playing it again, and then waiting and then playing and waiting and playing. I think there was an important and more later I met the internet, and I feel very bad because I don't know why people in my zone say we can't use it. 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. Yeah. Yeah. The internet is something pretty good. Brought some bad stuff, but I think overall it was pretty good. A pretty good what do you call it? Like invention. Thankfully, you can use Steam now without the internet. Yeah. Then you came back from the dead. from the connectionless. I lost my connection to life, aka the internet. And then I got resurrected. So it's time for some definition with 100 resolution for these nice sharp edges. Not going to be perfect, but it's going to be better than before. Maybe a little bit too big, but that is okay. There you go. Nice triangle there in the middle. Smooth it. Perfect. Okay. Change this. And then once we've refined this, we're going to go over the boot once more, just to kind of refine the last few edges, and then I think then we're pretty good. We're on the right track. There you go. That looks way better. You can see the comparison between the two. I remember I used the trick. Some people sell you a USB with memes or news of the world, but nobody buys it. Because with Luke, you can use a cell phone, but I remember some memes. Traveling merchant going up to you. Hey, yo. You want to buy some memes? Pulls out a USB stick. Fresh new memes. Out now. Fresh new memes in stock. You want to buy some Among Us? You want to buy some GTA? You want to buy some... I don't even know. Have you heard of Sussy Baka? The newest, the hottest, the newest meme. Okay, refinement almost done. Well, for this buckle piece. We need to go to the other side as well. Okay. This one should be easier because it's already pretty... It already has a pretty good structure. There you go. One guy sold me a game called Outlast. He saw it was a game for like $1, and I give it this for my best friend, and he said, "What is this? We need to delete it." Did he think it was like a virus, or did he like Outlast is a horror game? So maybe he thought, I don't know. It's a I don't know, bad program. He played it and it was too scary. There you go. Oh. Okay. Look at him. Looks pretty good. We need to mirror to the other side. Why is the other side so scuffed? Is it not mirrored? Well, hold on. Oh, I know why. How do we bring it back? I guess. Where's the pivot point? Oh, there it is. Cursor, no, object. Oh, dude. Wait, where did my... Oh, there it is. Okay, back to sculpting and then we can mirror it. Ah, perfect. Let's work on this some more. I think this needs some more love. We currently don't have enough geometry, I think. We definitely don't need 100. How about 50? Okay, let's give this some more structure. First of all, we need some more thickness here. Oh, this is actually quite dense now. Okay, we need to add some more width to this. This needs to connect to the pink mesh, basically. So we just need to add a little bit more here. There you go. Kind of making the rim here a little bit wider. Pretty thin right now. Smoothing it. Okay. That should be good. Let's go to the outside. We have the same here. Just going all around, giving it some more width, and then we can smooth it and keep the edge, more or less. Okay. Then let's add some folds here. Wait, are they split? It's hard to see. It's actually not even visible. Hold on. No, I think it's just like wrapped to the outside. Okay. So it has a fold that goes from here forward. It wasn't a virus, but we can't use this PC for Google, only for images, so obviously we can't use this for a down... Oh, yeah, okay. Makes sense. If you can't even, if you don't have if you can only open images, why even try games? I remember I had an apprenticeship in a sort of like bio lab, let's say, like a biological like laboratory, where they tested stuff with plants. And one person, like I was like, I don't know, 15 or so, and I basically was there while another colleague wasn't there. So I took their PC and their PC was like so old or so slow that I basically had to start the PC, then I could do something else, and then after an hour or so I was able to basically use the PC. Before that it wasn't usable. You were able, like, it started pretty quickly. You could see stuff like the desktop, you could see everything basically, but you couldn't use it. It was doing something, and while it was doing something, even if you move your mouse, it was like super laggy. I remember that since then. It was so weird. Because I always had like at least like a decent PC. So I never really struggled with trying to use my PC within an hour of starting it. But yeah, I remember. that was quite an interesting experience. And of course, all the others had a good PC, so I was just sitting there with my well, crap machine. I didn't really use it anyway, but you know, at least I think I had to write some sort of log or whatever to kind of document what I did on every day. I was there, I think, for 2 days, maybe a week, and yeah. I think that looks pretty good. I think I'm happy with that. Let's copy to the other side. Oh, why don't you move? Why do you move? That's the question here. Okay. We need to change the pivot point again. And then we need to go back to sculpting and mirror to the other side. 15-year-old look. Guys, I do need a robot in paint. I do a robot. I don't even know if that PC had paint. What happened? Hold on. Whoa. Wait, where's the pivot point? That doesn't make sense. There you go. I guess I can just use a mirror modifier then. Wait, why is it going over there? It doesn't even make... It's... Does it have to do with rotations? Maybe. Ah, there you go. Rotations. The bane of my existence. There you go, perfect. Okay. Perfect. Let's fix the feet. Blender doesn't have errors. I'm actually surprised how, like, how infrequent, or I don't know if I've ever gotten an error in Blender. I don't think I've ever gotten one, not even a single one. I think the only thing that I've ever gotten was like crashes. But other than that, I don't think I've ever gotten an error message. I get it quite often in like other Adobe programs, for example, in Photoshop, for example, but never in Blender. It's actually quite surprising because it's such an elaborate program. Okay, let's kind of adjust the feed here real quick. I am 22 years old. I might look younger, and that's okay. But I'm 22. I think the youngest that somebody guessed was 13, but I think that was when I had like way more hair. I think I didn't go to the hairdresser or to the barber since like 4 months ago, so I had like way more hair, so my head looked way bigger. And usually, you know, if you look at children, they have quite big heads, so you know, that's you know, I looked pretty young there. I actually looked at old like prom pictures, you could say, when I graduated from high school, and I look way like fat isn't the right word. I look way thicker there. I don't know why, but my face just looked way thicker. I don't know why. Maybe I lost some baby fat since then. 4 years ago, you know, in the last 4 years. I don't know. Yeah, but to be honest, I think this is coming together pretty well. We're at 3.4 million vertices. After retopology, should definitely be less. Especially because we can switch between multiple levels of retopology. Yeah, but I'll probably work on this tomorrow. We will, I think the boots are basically done now. I think they're okay after a lot of adjustments. Yeah, the legs are basically done. I will work on the gloves. The gloves aren't super special, they just have a few quirks to them. The arm braces could be interesting. And then the undergarment. And that would be the first layer of clothing. I will then retopologize it. Hopefully I'll have time to retopologize it over the weekend. Oh, and this thing as well. So that then we can go into the posing and, well, rigging, posing, and the second layer of the character next week. I hope I have enough time to do all this. We'll see. But yeah, hope you enjoyed today's stream. I'm not old, okay? I'm 22. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out, chatting, or just being here. We're not going to stream tomorrow. You're going to get more coffee? Oh no. I'm not going to stream tomorrow. Tomorrow's no stream. But on Monday there's going to be the next stream. So until then, hope you enjoy the weekend. Hope you enjoy your Friday as well. Thank you for joining. And maybe I'll see you next time. Until then, take care.